Today I'm going to talk to you about communal nesting boxes. A lot of people build their own chicken coops, and I see a lot of variety in nesting boxes, anything from milk crates to just wooden boxes to these types that stick out. But they're all very similar in one respect, is that they have separate little nesting dividers. And I want to show you why we chose to do a communal box and what that means. So a communal box basically means that it's one wide box. That means you can have, 2, 3, even 4 chickens in there at the same time without really, crowding each other. They all have space. Basically, what a communal box is one wide box. This allows for multiple chickens to use the box at the same time without crowding each other. They can choose where they want to sit and they can all just squeeze in there. The reason we chose this is because we found that a lot of people talk about you build 2 or 3 separate nesting boxes and your chickens will only use one of them. Chickens like sharing a box and they like using one box that they pick as their favorite. So we didn't want to waste time making multiple boxes that they were never going to use. This, we only have 6 chickens, so this works fine for us. Now, these can be any size you want, but we chose to make ours on the inside about 2 feet wide, 1 foot deep, and about 11 inches tall, okay? You could go a little shorter. With this in here, with the mat in there, it's about 10.5 inches. Now, this works really well for us because it's one box, it's easy for the chickens to find a spot that they want to get into. And like we said, you could have 2 chickens in there at the same time and they're not right on top of each other. Now, another important thing that I wanted to talk about was the height. Like I said, we made ours about 11 inches deep, not counting the mat that they stand on. And the reasoning is that I think people make their nesting boxes too tall. They want plenty of room for the chickens to stand, and that's a mistake. We intentionally made this short, and I would even consider making it shorter, but I think this is about a good height. Maybe 10 to 11 inches, it seems good. So basically, what it does is, when you have a tall box, the chickens can stand in there, and then they can stay in there. And when they're standing, they're pooping, and you're gonna have a mess. As you notice, this box is really clean. There's a little bit of sand in there where they climb in, and that's it. They don't go to the bathroom in here because it's not a spot for them to rest. They can't stand up fully, and that's a good thing. I would always suggest making nesting boxes a little bit short. The chickens will feel nice and safe and cozy, and they'll climb in, they'll sit in there, and they'll lay their egg, and then they'll leave. They're not going to sleep there. They're not going to want to go to the bathroom there, that's for sure. So that's the trick, is really keeping it short enough that they don't want to stand. And then you don't really ever have to clean it. We shake out the sand every once in a while, and that's about it. As you can see, we used a mat. This is a floor mat, like a front door mat, made out of plastic. Let me show you. Can you see this? Let me see if I can focus. So it's just a floor, like a front door mat that you would rub your boots on. And I just cut it to the shape of the box with a knife. It cut really easy. Sorry for the dust. And we just slipped it in there. That gives them a nice soft surface to come in on and lay their eggs on. We don't have any broken eggs with this system. Plus, you can take it out and hose it off, and it's super easy to keep clean if it does get dirty. Using this, our eggs are always very, very clean. We rarely have to clean them. We do rinse them off, before we use them, but you wouldn't even know that they weren't clean. They're very clean. So I just want to, give you guys another option to think about. This is a communal box. Whoa. And I just built it out of scrap lumber. This is all stuff I had laying around. These were actually ends I cut off from some joists I had to replace, and this was just a piece of shelf that was out here when we moved in. Yeah, so it was really easy to build, and The height I did 11 inches because these are 11 1/4 inches. It's a 2 by 12. So they can be really simple. Just use a 1 by 12 or 2 by 12 and you'll have the right height. Stick a board on the bottom and you're good to go. And the chickens really enjoy it. We have 2 chickens that do lay in the sand. They'll come in here and they'll sit in the back corner or this corner. I don't know why they do that. Some chickens are just funny. But most of our eggs do come in this box. And, you know, like I said, this is actually a good way to deal with small flocks, but I'm sure it would work with bigger ones too. But if you only have a few chickens, yeah, you don't really need multiple boxes. A lot of people don't know that chickens share a box. I believe, I forget what the number is, but maybe you could have like 4 chickens to 1 nesting box. Maybe it's three or 4 chickens to a nesting box. So this box is almost like 2, because it's 2 feet wide. As you can see, they're in there fine. Even with the lid down, you know, they can walk, but they don't stay in there. So keep it short, keep it simple, and your chickens will like it.